اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Me, Luqman and Abdurrahim will be talking about the Abbasid Dynasty, a new chapter in Islamic history. The Umayyad rulers were overthrown by the Abbasid Dynasty in 750 CE. Many Muslims at the time, particularly those who weren't Arab, felt unfairly treated and excluded from positions of authority. By promising greater equality and asserting a familiar relationship to the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ through his uncle Abbas, the Abbasids were able to gain support. They were able to seize power and start a new chapter in Islamic history with the support of non-Arab Muslims and groups like the Persians. They also moved the capital of the empire from Damascus to Baghdad, a brand new city that would soon become one of the most powerful and developed cities in the world. The heart of a golden age. Baghdad was founded in 762 CE and quickly became a center for culture, science, and education. The city was thoughtfully designed to be safe with strong walls and a circular layout. It gained recognition for its excellent schools, marketplaces, big libraries, and amazing architecture. To learn and distribute knowledge, people visited Baghdad from all over the world. Abbasid leaders encouraged talented authors, artists, and intellectuals. Baghdad was an example of what a city could become if individuals from all backgrounds visited and assisted one another in developing. Trade also facilitated the city's expansion due to the arrival of people, ideas, and goods from Asia, Europe, and Africa. Harun al-Rashid, the legendary caliph. Harun al-Rashid was one of the most well-known caliphs of the Abbasid dynasty, ruling from 786 to 809 CE. Many people consider his time as a caliph to be the greatest period of the Abbasid Empire. Poets, scientists, and musicians surrounded Harun al-Rashid in his rich Baghdadi palace. His court developed into the center for the growth of both science and the arts. He even established communication with European rulers such as Charlemagne, showing how powerful and respected the Abbasid Empire had become. Many of the tales in 1001 Nights are based on legends about Harun al-Rashid, who was known for being a just and fair ruler.
The House of Wisdom, a place of knowledge. One of the most significant things the Abbasids did was create the House of Wisdom, a vast library and research institute in Baghdad. Scholars from many different cultures and religions came to learn about mathematics, astronomy, medicine, philosophy, and a lot more. The Abbasids also requested people to translate books from Greek, Persian, Indian, and other languages into Arabic. These translations saved ancient knowledge and also led to new discoveries. Muslim scientists at the House of Wisdom developed mathematics by creating algebra, examined stars and planets, and created medical books that were studied for centuries in Europe and all around the Muslim world. The Abbasid dynasty led the Islamic world into a golden art of change, culture, and science. Mathematician Al-Khwarizmi developed algebra, which is still studied by a lot of students today. Physicians authored medical textbooks, constructed hospitals, and learned to treat diseases more safely. Astronomers developed accurate maps of the stars and improved navigation. Artists created geometric patterns and calligraphy, since it was not permissible to draw people and animals in religious art. Architecture also grew, with the construction of massive mosques and palaces that reflected the strength and beauty of Islamic architecture. The Abbasid period was not just about religion or politics. It was also about questioning, learning, and new innovations.
The beginning of decline. Even though the Abbasid dynasty started strong, over time it became harder to control such a large empire. The caliphs began losing power as local rulers in faraway regions started acting on their own. Military leaders and governors became more powerful than the caliphs in many areas. New rival dynasties like the Fatimids in North Africa and Egypt broke away and formed their own governments. Around the same time, the Seljuk Turks took control of the Abbasid military, which made the caliphs even more politically weaker. The empire was slowly falling apart, and the Abbasid dynasty were no longer in full control like they had been in the past. The fall of Baghdad in 1258. The final blow to the Abbasid dynasty came in 1258 when the Mongols, led by Hulagu Khan, invaded and destroyed Baghdad. The city, once a center of knowledge and culture, was burned and many people were killed, including the last Abbasid caliph in Baghdad. Libraries and books were destroyed, and a lot of the knowledge that had been gathered over centuries was lost. The fall of Baghdad was a huge tragedy for the Islamic world. Although the Abbasid dynasty continued to rule in Cairo under the protection of the Mamluks for some time, their power was never the same again. The golden age they started had come to an end. The legacy of the Abbasids. Even though the Abbasid dynasty declined and eventually fell, their impact on history is still important today. They helped create a culture that valued education, science, and arts. They brought together people from many backgrounds to work and learn together. Their scientists, writers, and thinkers inspired later civilizations in both the East and the West. Without the Abbasid dynasty, many important ideas might have been lost forever. Their dynasty shows us what can happen when knowledge and creativity are supported by leadership. The Abbasid period remains one of the most impressive examples of how an empire can grow, not just through power, but also through wisdom and Islamic morals.